Luigi Mangione has pleaded guilty to federal stalking charges in the killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. In the courtroom behind me, Mangione spoke about how he came to New York City, targeted Thompson, and then ultimately shot and killed him outside a Midtown Manhattan hotel. Mangione said that after years of back pain, navigating the complicated healthcare system in the United States, he decided to take action. He saw online that UnitedHealthcare was holding its annual investor conference in New York City. He said he posed as an investor, emailed the company, and asked for information about where that conference was being held. The company responded, and Mangione said he used that information to target and kill Thompson. He also admitted to printing part of a gun using a 3D printer. He admitted coming to New York City from out of state. He admitted to stalking and killing Thompson. He was matter of fact as he spoke. He read from a prepared statement as he recited the facts of the stalking and the killing. He also answered questions from the judge, saying yes, that he understood the rights he was giving up, that he was of sound mind to enter his plea, that he was not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol, and was not being treated for any psychological disorders.
As you wanted.
Now, Mangione still faces a separate state murder case that is scheduled to go to trial in September. However, now after his guilty plea in federal court, his lawyers could go to that judge in state court and say that case should be thrown out on double jeopardy grounds. Their argument is that the cases overlap, that the charges involve a lot of the same conduct. Prosecutors in that case say that it's not true. That case involves murder charges. This case involves stalking charges. Nevertheless, a monument to stay in this case that began with the killing of Brian Thompson in December of 2024 and resolves today one of the two cases with a guilty plea by Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, where's your yellow card? Take it out. Okay, thank you. Okay.
May I have your appearances, please? Joel Seidman, Zachary Kaplan, and Kristen Bailey on behalf of the people. Good morning, Your Honor.
Karen Friedman-Agnifilo, Mark Agnifilo, and Jacob Kaplan on behalf of Luigi Mangione. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
Inventory search, and therefore the items recovered at the station will not be suppressed. So as to the Huntley issue, I find that the defendant was not in custody until about 9:47 a.m.
Everyone remain seated in the audience.
Is that only for the
Today is a solemn and significant day. With today's guilty plea, Mr. Mangione has accepted full responsibility for the death of Brian Thompson, arising from the events of December 4th, 2024, outside of the UnitedHealthcare Investor Conference here in Midtown Manhattan. It was a single tragic event, yet he's being prosecuted twice for the same conduct. As Luigi explained in court today, he endured years of severe, debilitating pain following a broken back while struggling to navigate our healthcare and health insurance systems. Like the thousands of people who have reached out since this tragedy to share their own experiences, he believed that the system had failed him and destroyed his life. Despite this being a single isolated event, Mr. Mangione has been unfairly treated since the outset in every way and has successfully fought off terrorism charges and the death penalty, while also fighting at the same time two simultaneous prosecutions in two jurisdictions who are trying to punish him twice for the exact conduct. He's been treated differently from every other defendant charged with this offense in New York. However, thankfully, New York law does not allow this. New York law does not permit a person to be prosecuted and punished twice for the exact same crime under a statute that governs successive prosecutions. It's also known as the double jeopardy law. Today's guilty plea triggers this statute, and we just filed our motion in state court explaining why the state charges must be dismissed under New York's double jeopardy protections.
The defendant committed this murder in an attempt to draw public attention to his dislike of certain businesses. But we live in a civilized society governed by the rule of law. We debate, we disagree, we protest. We do not commit murder. No grievance, political belief, or ideological cause can ever justify murder. There can be no celebrity in assassination. Any person who celebrates, encourages, or excuses actions like these is fundamentally wrong. Mangione attempted to send a public message through violence, but the message that emerges today is very different. Violence is not a legitimate instrument to promote any political or social message. And those who resort to violence in an effort to advance their beliefs will be prosecuted, convicted, and put in jail. Today, the Southern District of New York, together with our law enforcement partners, writes the final chapter of Mangione's federal prosecution. Now, he stands convicted in federal court and faces life in prison. While the defendant pled guilty, our office does not have a plea agreement with him. Instead, he pled open, which means he pled guilty to all pending counts in the indictment. There are no accommodations or concessions, and we are free to seek the maximum penalty under the law.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.